In this session, we are going to take a quick look at Revit schedules. Let us go through the 6 schedule types in Revit first. Then I will use the material takeoff schedule for walls in this project as an example for demonstrating how to perform sorting, totaling, and filtering in the schedule and how to export the schedule. The 6 schedule types are schedule quantities, graphical column schedule, material takeoff, sheet list, node block, and view list. A quantity schedule lists the building components in the project. A graphical column schedule is for identifying structural columns, intersection, grid lines, top and bottom constraints, and offsets. A material takeoff schedule shows more details about the assembly of a component with list of subcomponents or materials. A sheet list is a schedule of sheets in a project. We can use a sheet list as a table of contents for a construction document set. A node block, also known as annotation schedule, lists all instances of annotations that we can add using the symbol tool. A view list is a schedule of views in a project. All schedules are automatically updated when we modify elements in this project. For example, if we delete this wall, then it will also disappear from the schedule. Now, let me use the material takeoff schedule for walls in this project as an example for demonstrating how to perform sorting, totaling, and filtering in it. First, we want to sort the schedule according to the materials the wall are using in this project. Go to the Properties palette. In the Sorting Grouping field, click Edit. We shall see the pop-up window of Material Takeoff Properties. Under the Sorting Grouping tab, in the Sort By drop-down menu, select Material Name, then click on OK. The material of each instance is now listed in the schedule. However, we care more about the kinds of materials. So let us go back to the Material Takeoff Properties window. Under the Sorting Grouping tab, uncheck the option of Itemize every instance. Then click on OK. Now only the kinds of materials are listed in the schedule. For better understanding, we may add a title field for each material. Back to the Material Takeoff Properties window. Under the Sorting Grouping tab, check Header. If we would like to make the page even less crowded, we may also check Blank Line. Click on OK, and now the schedule looks cozier. If we want to group the materials by flows, we can go to the Sorting Grouping tab. Change the Sort By pull-down menu option to Base Constraint. Now we can see the schedule with grouping of flows. If we want to specify additional sorting fields in the schedule, under the Sorting Grouping tab, use Len By to specify other sorting fields. For example, we select Material Name in the pull-down menu and click on OK. Then we can see the materials used for each flow. Another useful tool is for automatic calculation of the grand total. In the bottom area of the Material Takeoff Properties window, under the Sorting Grouping tab, check grand totals and choose one of several ways to show the totals in the drop-down menu. For example, we select Title, Count, and Totals and click on OK. Then we can see the total material area for walls of each floor. Then, let us move on to the Formatting tab. Choose the field we want to change its format. Let me take Material Area as an example. In this drop-down menu, we select Calculate Totals and click on OK. Now we can see the total area of each material. If we want to see the total area of each material for every element type, go to the Sorting Grouping tab and find the first Length by. Check the Footer option, and in the Footer drop-down menu, select Totals only. Then go to the second Length by and select Family and Type. Click on OK. Now we can see the material areas of each wall type, the total area of each material, and the total material area for walls of each floor. Now, let us move on to the function of filter. We can use filters to see only certain types of information in the schedule. First, go to the Properties palette, select Edit in Filter. Here, we can see 3 pull-down menus in each row. The left one is used to select the field that we want to use for filtering. The middle one is for setting the filter conditions, and the right one is for specifying a filter value. For example, let us filter out the elements below the ground level. Open the first pull-down menu. There are several options. We select Base Constraint. If we want to see only the elements above the ground level, then in the middle menu, set the filter condition as is above, and the filter value in the right menu as GL. Now we can see all the walls above the ground level displaying. We can add other conditions in the following rows. However, when we set more than 2 conditions in Revit, only the elements that meet all the conditions will be shown. When we have lots of elements in the Revit model, the schedules can be pretty lengthy, so we may need to use different colors to distinguish or mark the information in the schedules. First, select the field we want to alter its color. Then, under the Modify Schedule Quantities tab, click the Shading tool. The color window will pop out. Choose the color we want and click on OK. Now the color has been assigned to the field we selected. If we want to use the same color for the whole column, just click on the column title and choose the color you want. We may export the schedule for further usage. Go to the Application button, select Export, and find Reports. Then select Schedule. In the pop-up window, select the file type as .txt and browse to the folder you want to save the report. Click on OK. In the Export Schedule pop-up window, we can adjust some settings of the exported file. In the Output options, the Field Delimiter option is used to determine the way of separating data in the file. Let us select Tab so that we may open the file in Excel without format modification. Click on OK to export the schedule. Now, let us open the exported TXT file in Excel, we can see that it looks the same as the wall schedule we set up in Revit, except for the color of the chart. Because the exported file is saved as a text file, the color setting cannot be exported. Other than that, the format is the same as what we see in Revit.